Oh my gosh, I love that song so much. I really appreciate him for doing that. And real question is if I like Flicker or Heartbreak Weather more. Hey, what is up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Frassix, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about all things Niall Horan. And I'm going to be talking about him for two reasons. One being that I feel like it's just overdue, because I feel like I've been like the biggest fan of his, but there hasn't really been much to talk about for him, specifically since he released Heartbreak Weather this year, which I also reacted to that album. If you guys haven't already seen it, the link for that will be in the description below. But I just feel like he is a great guy, and I just feel like I really just want to talk about him. And number two is that today, the day that I upload this video, is his birthday. So everyone say happy birthday now. I think he's like, well, like 27 now? Like, gosh, and I'm 23 right now. So he's like 4 years older than me. And I'm just like, that's just weird to think about. Since it is Niall's birthday today, I'm just going to be talking about him and my association with him, and I have a few lists of things right here that I'm going to be talking about, so I'm just going to be listing them out. So I'm just going to be talking about like how I got associated with being a Niall fan. I'm going to be talking about why I look up to Niall, and I'm going to be talking about top 13 songs from Niall, including features, and 13 because it's the 13th of September, and I felt that that was like really fitting. After that, I'm going to be talking about my favorite music videos from him, the acoustic performances, my favorite ones from him, my favorite unreleased track from him, and then the real question is if I like Flicker or Heartbreak Weather more, because Heartbreak Weather has been out for like a good couple of months since the beginning of this year, and then Flicker has been out for a couple of years, and I absolutely adore both of them so much. So I just really feel like it's time to settle, for me personally, if I think that Flicker or Heartbreak Weather is my favorite album from Niall. But yeah, hopefully I don't keep this too long. I just want to like explain it. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, follow me on my social media accounts, keep up with all the Niall smile hype, and I'm just gonna get started. So without further ado, here is all things Niall Horan. Okay, so I guess the beginnings of me being a Niall fan, I guess it would have to be, as most people, it would probably be when he was in One Direction. That was a time I absolutely love One Direction. I also did an all things One Direction thing as well, and I'll leave that in the description below. But I just was really a fan of all 5 of the boys. They were amazing people. Of course, like, even it's super ironic because like even though I'm a Niall fan now, out of the 5 members, I feel like I love Niall the most, even though I still love all the other 4 members. But it's ironic because like back then he was probably like my number 3 favorite person. My number 1 was Zayn. I was a super Zayn fan. I absolutely adored him. But I don't know, it just like after Zayn left the band, it wasn't really the same. And then once they like broke up and everything, or you know, took a break, then it was really a difficult time for me as well as everyone in the world. But you know, I'm glad that they're all making music now and all doing their own things right now, and I'm super proud of all of them. But I don't know why, it's just Niall. I guess like it was like his sound in particular, especially for his first album, because it was more like folk pop, and I didn't even really like keep up with Niall at the time, because like it was like 2017 when he released like, you know, his debut single and everything like that. And I don't remember when I heard This Town for the first time, but I do remember listening to Too Much to Ask for the first time, and it was right when I moved here to Texas, like probably within like the month or 2 of me moving here. And I don't know, it's just like really, like, I love that song so much. It really holds a special place in my heart, because I just remember like dimming all the lights down and just like listening to that song in the almost dark, and just it was starting to get like fall time and everything like that, so it was like kind of really cool. Then I remember actually starting to like pay attention to him, like not that much, but like I was starting to be like, okay, this is like someone that, you know, is I like to like listen to his music and stuff like that. And then Flicker was released later that year as well. And the funny thing is that I did download the album onto iTunes, but I didn't really give it that much attention listening wise, because I was like, okay, I'll support him, and I like like 2 of the songs I already heard from him, so I'm gonna download it and then listen to it later, but I technically never did, and I kind of feel bad about that. And it wasn't until actually like around like last year, around this time, like towards like the end of summer, beginning of fall time, that I kind of revisited Flicker, and it was honestly the best decision that I could have made. I absolutely love that album, and I feel super bad for like just missing out on the Flicker era, because that was such a time. Because after I listened to like the album and everything, I was like, wow, this is amazing. So like I literally was like on a Niall high at the time last year, because I was just like watching all of his like performances and watching all of his interviews and like his acoustic things, and then like he did the concert, the RTE concert orchestra thing, and he released it last year, and I was just like earlier last year, and I was like, dang, like this was a time. I wish I could have been a fan of Niall's back then, but it's okay. At least like I discovered him before the release of his second album, which was this year, and I didn't really like Nice to Meet You that much at first, but then like as I kept on listening to it, like I was slowly like rocking out to it more and more. Then he just kept on releasing single after single, and I reacted to those, and I'll just leave all of my Niall things in my Niall Horan playlist below. And then that all led up to Heartbreak Weather being released this year, and it was literally just one of my favorite times, but also one of the most stressful times, because it was released right as the COVID cases were starting and as quarantine was happening, and everything was just happening around that time in March. And like it was like, I don't know, and then like literally a week after that, or 2 weeks after that, I couldn't be able to go to work because they like restricted us from going to work, and everything was getting shut down, and it was like super stressful time. So like in a way, like when I listened to the album, it reminds me of that time, and like it's kind of like a good thing, kind of bad thing, because like I was still hyped for the album regardless. I still got it at Target on the first day. I didn't care. Like I was just like, this is for Niall, and I absolutely adore that album. Like I adore both albums, and it's just super sad because like I remember like it was literally, I think it was like the week or the week before Niall was supposed to release tickets to his second half of his tour, where I was supposed to see him in Houston, or I was planning on seeing him in Houston, because that was like the closest show to me, because I live in San Antonio right now, and like barely any artists come to San Antonio or Austin, so it's always like Dallas or Houston. Anyways, so like I was about to like get tickets for him, and I was really excited, and like it was literally like a week or 2 before they were supposed to be released that he decided not to, or like his people advised against it, and it didn't happen because of all the COVID things. And I was like really upset. Like I was looking forward to like seeing him live for the first time. Like I was ready to like rock out to all his old songs as well as his new songs, and that kind of made me like really sad, just to like not be able to do that. So hopefully next year, you know, hopefully maybe we even get a new album next year from Niall, as well as like every other artist, because you know, what are you gonna do during these times except for make music, right? Hopefully he will release something next year, or if not, at least he could go on tour. Hopefully everyone can go on tour, and I can definitely see all the people that I was supposed to see this year, including Niall, that I didn't see this year. And that leads us into the present day, and right now it is Niall's birthday, and I'm just super excited for him. He's 27 years old. I can't believe he's 27 years old. Like he doesn't seem like, I don't know, I feel like I see a lot of people older than they really are, but not because they look old or anything, but just because like they have such a higher stature than me, that I'm just like, oh, they can't be like my age or something. And then like I find out they're close to my age, I'm like, I feel super unaccomplished. But you know, it's okay because it's Niall's birthday. Oh, hopefully he's having a great day, a chillax day whenever I upload this. And I guess like to the second part of the whole reason I'm doing this video is why I look up to Niall, and it's just because he seems just like a really humble guy. He seems like he knows what he's doing. I don't know, he's just very artistic. Like, I don't know, he's really good at singing. First off, he's amazing at singing. He plays the piano and the guitar so well. Like, I really wish I could play and sing as good as he does. All his acoustic performances, I can tell that he really gives it his all. Like, even if it's like not acoustic and it's just like a live performance. Look, or even like when he did those Instagram live things at the beginning of COVID, when he was just like interacting with his fans, and like,
you're still in that honeymoon period, which also means a lot of like, oh, you're the best, but it also means I don't trust you yet, so I'm not sure. So bending the rules is kind of like, I'm not sure you are. I've no proof you are, but I still don't trust myself enough I still don't trust you or me enough to trust myself.
Talking and playing his music, that was like really like a special time, because I was like, not many artists do that or did that, like where they would go live. And I think there was a point like where he went live like almost every day or every week or something, and I was just like, wow, like it like he became essentially part of my routine towards the beginning of this quarantine thing, and I really appreciate him for doing that. And that further proves how humble he is. And if I could meet him, I would literally just be like, he's a great guy. I honestly, like, I wouldn't know what to say, because I'm just like, I really do appreciate him for being so kind and so humble and just being really creative. Like, his songs, like, he writes all of his songs, and I'm just like, his mind, like, him and Taylor, I feel like are my favorite artists lyrically wise. Like, they can like write killer lyrics and a killer song, and just like the way they can get you grooving or cry, or just the mentality they have is just like super like mind-boggling and super inspirational. And that's kind of why I look up to Niall, because like he can do all that. He just seems like a super fun person to be around. So hopefully if I ever do get to meet him, I can say all that very condensedly, but something along the same lines. Okay, and this will lead us into my top 13 songs from Niall, or if Niall's featured in it, so that's why it's including features. So I guess I'll start with number 13 again, because it's the 13th of September, and I just feel like that's like something I can play along with. So anyway, so I don't know, like I tried to make a list, but it's like so hard, and I wanted to do like a tier maker ranking of his songs, but then I realized that, you know, as compared to like most artists, for Niall's songs in particular, I wouldn't have any in the skip category, because I don't skip any of Niall's songs. Because in all honesty, like I feel like he's one of the very few artists, like even for some of my favorite artists such as Taylor, Selena, Ari, Katie, for everything, I feel like there are skips that I'm just like, okay, I'll skip that song because I don't like it or the sound or anything. But you know, I mean, granted, Niall only has like 2 albums out and a couple of features, but the thing is that like I don't dislike any of his songs enough to like full on skip them. Sure, there may be times where I'm in a mood to like listen to one type of song more than the other, but there's none that I just don't like at all because I just don't like the song. So I was like, I can't really do a tier maker on that, because most of them would be in the great category, or like the top 2 categories basically. So instead I decided to just do the top 13 songs from him. And even this was like super difficult, because I was like, I like each song, and like of course I have like my favorites, but there were just like, it was just too difficult to do. And I could have like listed all of them, but I feel like that would have been like more difficult. But anyways, I'm just gonna go and like stop talking. So number 13 is Slow Hands, a classic. I feel like his most popular song to date, which I can tell why. It's like super fun in a way, it's like super sensual, but I absolutely love that song. Number 12 is Since We're Alone, and I absolutely love that song. It's like super cute, it's like super chill, but at the same time like it's so powerful, like especially at the end, and then like it fades out and I'm just like, that is amazing. 11, Finally Free. I feel like a lot of people either don't know about this song because it wasn't featured on an actual album, or people don't like the song just because it was for a animated movie. And even though I didn't watch the animated movie, I did listen to the song, and at first like that's what I was thinking too, like, oh, it's part of like a kid's film, so of course it's gonna be like childish. And when I listened to it the first time, I was like, this isn't the case at all. I absolutely love that song so much. It's so upbeat. I don't know, it just makes me want to like jump around, like dance, and just have fun with people. And it's just such a great song. And if you guys haven't listened to that song, you guys definitely should. Number 10 is Arms of a Stranger from his newer album. And I don't know, it's just something like heartbreaking about that song, and I just want to like, I don't know, I just feel like I just want to rock out, but like in a slow like 80s kind of way, but like in a sad way at the same time. And I just really love the lyrics to that song, and I don't know, I just feel like there was a lot of emotion put into that song. Number 9 is Paper Houses. It literally just makes me again want to like, it makes me want to like sway and like cry at the same time. And I just love the lyrics to that, like the symbolism of like them building the paper, or them building a house out of paper cards. That holds so much meaning. Like holy heck, like that is such a great song and such great lyrics. Number 8 is What a Time, which is on Julian Michaels' EP, and it's featuring Niall. And I don't know, there's just something about this song. Again, like I didn't really like really pay attention to Niall until like last year, which I'm ashamed to say, but you know, hey, better late than never. And this was one of the songs that I was just like, after like I listened to his entire discography, I was like, okay, what else could I listen to him that he was officially released, and this was one of the songs. And there's just something about his voice and then Julia's voice and just the lyrics in general, and just how like it starts off so soft, and then like it just gets bigger and bigger and builds up to this just great grandness of them both singing together. I'm just like, that really like blows my mind still. I absolutely love that song. Number 7 is Black and White. I just really love that song. It's so upbeat, so fun. I just want to jam around and just like go crazy and just be with someone. And I feel like that, like if I do ever get married one day, that'll be like one of like the songs that I play for like when everyone goes out to the dance floor to dance. That's gonna be definitely one of my songs that I'm gonna be playing. Number 6 is Seeing Blind, featuring Maren Morris. And I absolutely love that song. I feel like it's his best duet, and that's just because like, I don't know, I just feel like it's like so cute and so chill at the same time. But I just really admire both their voices and the lyrics, of course. And I'm never gonna stop talking about lyrics or his voice or anyone's voice that he's featured on, because he really knows how to like make a song or be featured in a song, and I really admire that about him. Number 5 is Too Much to Ask. Again, the first song that I remember listening back in 2017 that I actually paid attention to, and I downloaded it and I absolutely loved it, because I don't know, there's just something like very like, I don't know, I just want to like sit back in like a chair or a couch or my bed or something with the lights dimmed down low and just like listen to that song, just basically like contemplate like everything, because it's just like a sad song, but like in like a good way. Because Niall, especially like during his like debut album for Flicker, that was, I feel like it was definitely it was sad. It was like, and it sounded sad, and just the instrumentals were sad, but that's what made it such a great album. It was like so raw, so emotional. Number 4 is San Francisco, and a lot of people like to discredit this song or put it like towards their bottom of their ranking of Heartbreak Weather, and I'm just like, I don't know why, because I feel like it's like my number 2 song from Heartbreak Weather. Like honestly, I don't know, I just love, like first off, I love San Francisco. That's my favorite city, and like I know this song doesn't necessarily, it's not really like it doesn't really take place in San Francisco, like it could, but it's more of like a symbolization kind of thing. But I just absolutely love the sound of it. It sounds super chill, and like I don't know, I just love the production of the song overall, and just the lyrics in general. It really like gets to me, so yeah. Number 3 is The Tide. This is one of my favorite songs from Niall like ever, or like it's something that I will always like remember, because like again, I didn't listen to the album as a whole until last year, and that was one of the songs that definitely stood out to me, and that, I don't know, gives me like this very like nostalgic feeling, because I played it so much, and like it was at a time like where I was like going through like some like rough times, and I was writing a lot of songs, and that was like the first time I really wrote a lot of songs, and a lot of songs were based off of Taylor's Red album and Niall's Flicker album, and this was one of those big songs too that I was like imagining myself, because I don't know, it's just like a big song with like the drums and like the booms, and just like I absolutely love that song so much. So we're getting to top 2 territory of my favorite Niall songs. So hopefully you guys agree with me, or at least can respect my rankings so far from Niall. But anyways, I'm just gonna get into the number 2 song, which is Heartbreak Weather, the title track from Heartbreak Weather. There's just something so fun about it, and I remember, and I'm pretty sure you guys can see it on my reaction to the album, but just like the first time I listened to like that, and like even before he started singing, I was just like shocked, like, cause like the guitar, like just the instrumentals like alone were just like shocking, but then he started to sing and the way that he sung, and I was just like, boy, that was literally one of my favorites from Niall for sure, 100%. I just literally just want to like jam, especially like during like the bridge, like when, you know, like guitar happens, I'm just like, oh, like gosh, I want to listen to that live. And like I feel like if I were to be in a concert, in a room with him during his concert, I would literally be jamming out to that song so hard. So oh my gosh, I love that song so much. And then this leads into my number 1 song from Niall, and that is Flicker, the title track to Flicker. And I don't know, like every time I listen to that song, it just really gets to me. Not because necessarily I went through something like that sad and that emotional, but just because like it's just the imagery and the picture he paints and the words that he uses, you know, asking questions to the ceiling. Like it literally, like I just want to like lay down in like the dark somewhere, or like maybe like on the ground looking at the stars and just like contemplate life and like second guess everything that I've done. And it just really like, it makes me feel for him, because I feel like he wrote that. And like I remember, like I don't know, I think it was like an Apple like documentary or something, where like he like talked about the Flicker songwriting process, and that was just very like emotional for him to write and to produce, and like it was his baby in a way. And I can definitely tell that he really put a lot of passion into that song and emotion. And like I remember like listening to it, because I didn't listen to the Heartbreak or the Flicker album for like overall in a while this year, just because I was just too busy, or like I wasn't in the mood for it. But like since it's around fall time, I was like, okay, you know, I'll listen to it again, because I associate Flicker as well as Taylor's Red with like the fall time now. So like I listened to it like probably like a week ago when I was decorating my my apartment for fall, and when that song came on, I remember just like not screaming out, but like just singing out the lyrics, and just like tears were running down my face. And I'm not ashamed to say that, because like it just, I don't know, I just really feel for him, and I just really love when artists really get to you, and for like emotional songs, and they really feel what you're feeling, or they can paint such a vivid picture and make you feel things that you've never felt before. And I just absolutely love that so much. Okay, and now I'm gonna be talking about my top 3 favorite music videos from Niall that he has made. So number 3 is Too Much to Ask. Number 2 is No Judgment. I also reacted to that as well, and I absolutely loved it. It was like super cute and super fun how they incorporated the old couple, and then Niall was just being like his whole old goofball self, and I just absolutely adore that. And he looked pretty snazzy in that suit, let me just say. You know, I just really love when Niall is like his most fun self, because I feel like that's my favorite type of Niall, which leads into my number 1 music video from him, which is Heartbreak Weather. And that is mostly due to, I think, like 2 reasons. 1 is like the visuals, and 2 is his like personality. So 1 is, or let me just talk about the visuals first, because like I don't know, like I just really loved like the Niall Storm theme that he had going on, especially to promote the album. And then when he actually like released a music video for it, like it's literally one of my favorites, because it's like, it's so colorful, there's so many sets. It's like literally the colors are so well like thought out, like the sets are well planned out, and just like the visuals overall, like the storm forecast and everything, which like it was amazing. I absolutely loved it. And that paired with like him being a total doofus and just having fun, and just he really looked like he was just having a great time and just having the time of his life recording that. And I absolutely love, he just seemed like it was just like a good music video, a feel-good music video, and I absolutely love it. And it's so visually like appealing, and just him just having fun just really made for it. And I don't know, that's just why it's my favorite music video. Okay, so now I'm going to be talking about my top 3 acoustic / live performances from Niall. And this doesn't have to be like on like a talk show or anything of the sort. It can just be like an acoustic performance that he's done or a live performance that he's done of a song. And there are a lot of songs that I feel like I should have put on this list, but I just wanted to do 3 because they were like the simplest, and I feel like it would be easy for you guys. And it was just really hard to do, like, to decide this at first. So my number 3 acoustic performance is the black and white strip version that he released officially. I don't know, it's just so different. Like when I first listened to it, I wasn't expecting it to be like that different. I thought it was still gonna be like upbeat, but like more like stripped down, like the title says. But it was slower. It was in a way more romantic. It was like beautiful. Like I wish I would have reacted to that, like to like see my like expressions and stuff, because I absolutely love it. Number 2 is his Flickr acoustic performance. I don't know, I don't think he released it officially onto any streaming platforms, but I know he has a video of it on his YouTube channel, and it's just basically just like him singing, and I just really love it. It was just super simple, but still like as emotional. And my number 1 favorite acoustic / live performance is a song that he technically never even released on any of his debut album or Heartbreak Weather, and that is So Long. I absolutely love that song, and I'm super upset that he didn't put it on Flickr. Like when I found out about it, I was like, why the heck did he not do that? Because again, the lyrics are amazing, just the production overall is amazing, but I'm super glad that he did include it in this live performance with the RTE concert or orchestra concert thing. Okay, and then I'm just gonna be talking about my favorite unreleased track, and that is Wasted. I don't know, like I feel like there are not many unreleased tracks from Niall. I think there's only like, well, like 2 or 3, but I feel like this is my favorite, and if it was officially released, it would probably be one of my favorites overall from him, because it definitely sounds like folk poppy, so it basically goes with the theme of Flickr. And that's another thing that I really admire about like him and his album eras, is how like consistent of a sound he makes with both of his albums. Okay, and that goes into the final thing that I'm going to be talking about today, is that whether I think Flickr or Heartbreak Weather is a better album. And I wish I had the vinyl version of Heartbreak Weather, but I don't know, I just feel like I haven't really had that much money, or you know, just to get it and stuff, which I'm super sad about. But I do have 2 of the CDs. I don't remember why I got the second one, because I remember the first one I got from Target, but I don't remember why I got the second one. And I thought I had a signed version of this one, which I can't seem to find anywhere, but I thought I did have one. I don't know. And then I have his Flickr vinyl, which I got this last year, like I said, because that was like the time that I really listened to this album. So, you know, besides that, which one is my favorite album? And that's literally the hardest thing to talk about, because I feel like, and I'm not joking around, like these 2 albums are like one of my favorite albums ever from like an artist for like that I've listened to like my entire life. They're both definitely probably within like the top 10 of albums that I've listened to out of my entire life that I feel like should be within the top 10, because they are just so well produced. Like I've mentioned before, they are both great at being thematic, they are great with sound, they are great with consistency. In the first album, it was definitely more like folk poppy. It was more, in a way, stripped down. It had more guitars, but like more acoustic guitars and stuff like that, as compared to Heartbreak Weather. While it was still like, in a way, consistent, it was more of like an 80s kind of synth, kind of like electric guitar kind of sound, which isn't a bad thing at all. Like, I absolutely adore both albums, and that's why this question is such a difficult question for me to answer, because Flicker holds a special place in my heart, and I really love that. But I feel like, I don't know, I feel like Heartbreak Weather is my favorite from Niall, just because like I feel like I can see him evolve as an artist. Like, he doesn't take a step back, he doesn't like try to avoid things. He definitely takes what he had with Flicker and really emphasizes on it. So that's why, even though like Flicker is up here as compared to like most albums in general, which are like down here, Flicker is up here. But for him to take it a step further and to really show his artistry in Heartbreak Weather just really blows my mind that he could actually do that. And I remember listening to like the album and then finishing it, and I was like, this is one hell of an album. It's one of my favorites from him. So maybe, I guess that's why. I just absolutely love all the songs in general from here. I'm really proud of him for putting out an album this great. And Flicker. Like, for him, for this to be his debut album, like all the songs on here, for this to be his debut album shows how great of an artist and how much potential he has. Because he is so great. And no, let me just put Niall right there. Can you see him like in the back? And then I'll put him right there. Hopefully you guys can see him. You guys, good. Yeah, for him to release that as his debut album still blows my mind, because like the lyrics were amazing. It really just showcases like that he has so much potential, and it definitely shines through in Heartbreak Weather, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna shine even more when NH3 is released, whenever that is, next year, the year after that, just whenever, because you can definitely tell he has a lot of passion with just him and his songs, and you can definitely tell that from like all the Instagram lives that he did, you know, playing like all of his like songs acoustically, you know, on the guitar or on the piano, or like him like with like Champagne Lovers, like the unreleased one, but he still like performed it for us, which I'm just like, that's so cute of him, for him to do. And I absolutely love that about him, that he's like super humble again, and he's like super caring, and he's just a great artist. And yeah, that's, I can't really say much more about Niall, because I could go on about Niall forever, but you know, that's pretty much it for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed me talking about me and Niall and the impact he's had on me. He's such a great artist, he's such a humble person, and I would like to meet him one day. And if not, you know, at least I have his music to keep me company, and his Instagram lives and everything to just make me happy and everything. And again, to him, happy birthday, 27. I don't know what I'll be doing at 27, but he's doing great things at 27. He still looks great, he's still singing great, he's still as creative as ever, and I can't wait just to see what else he has in store for all of us. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, all the usual things. Follow me on my social media accounts to keep up with all the Niall hype and all like the birthday celebrations and everything that I do for him. And until the next video, the wonder won't stop. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.